Okay, now let's jump into Python that I designed for you. And this is the first episode, and let's jump into the class. And today we have three sections. The first section is why choosing Python as beginners, and the second section is how does Python work? Overviews the process of Python works, and the last one is syllabus, and it will covers our journeys of the class. I will design it for you, and uh, the first section is why choosing Python as beginner. There are several reasons why choosing Python as beginners programming language. The first I think is easy to read and write. It means that it easy and it's simple, and the Python is designed for readability and simplicity syntax. It's not complicated. I think it is beginner friendly for who want to start write the program. And the second is like communities. It's have a lot of developer that active always have you, and it's and developer YouTuber designs a lot of tutorials that available results on the internet, and you can check it in the internet. It will be can have you. And third is a versatilities. It means that Python has Python designed for create a wide range of applications like web development, scientific analysis, artificial intelligence, and scripting, and much more, and much more. And four is abundance of libraries and framework. It means it's have a lot of libraries. For according to my research, they estimate more than 10,000 library available on the internet, and it will be save your times and quickly for develop or experiment on your project. And and five is and fifth is a cross platform is available or enabled for Windows, Mac, or Linux, and it support multi-platform. And six is a high demand in the job market. Most of industries, however, abroad or in local, all those companies already require mostly require Python's developer. So your career will be grow. So it's easy to find a job in your field if you strong in or if you proficiencies in Python skill in Python language. Yeah. Okay. Jump. Now let's jump into how does Python work. Python is an interpreted programming language, which means that it doesn't require a separate compilation step. And examples, I have a source code, and it will go through the three processings of interpret a Python language, and you finally you will got an output or result. And Lex and Lexing, now I will explain you a Lexing's process. This process, it will be read your code character by character, one by one, and will be identified as a token. And and then goes to parsing. Parsing is the process that have one concept. Another concept is AST. This concept it mean AST, full form of AST is a abstract syntactic tree that will identify structure or rule of a program. And the last one is compiling. Compiling will be translate your source code into a bytecode and then calculate using machine code, and then will be output for a user. And don't make it complicated. Just keep in mind. I will be explain you in next episode, and you just remember in compilation step of Python have three processing main three processing. And now let's jump into a syllabus that I designed for you in this class. And now I will give a definition for you of a syllabus. Syllabus is a document that outlines the contents, objectives, and structure of a course. And I separate my class in three sections. The first is beginner levels, and the second is intermediate level, and the last one is advanced levels. Okay, so now let's jump into a baby steps of beginner level. Beginner levels. Have designed it into five chapters. The first is introduction. It will cover about environment, setup environment, and how to run, and so briefly learn how to familiar with Python. And the second is a variable and data type. Don't make it stress. Just keep in mind. I will explain you detail in each chapter. And the third is control flow. We'll talk about if else statement. And four is a list tuple dictionaries. And the last chapter is a function and module. We will create a function, create a module, and then call it in for use in our script. Yeah. Okay, after we briefly about beginner levels, now let's jump into intermediate levels. In intermediate levels, I designed it into five chapters also. The first one is file handling, and the second is object-oriented programming, mostly we know it as OOP, concept OOP, yeah. And and chapter three is a virtual expression. And chapter 4, error handlings and debugging. We will learn how to handle error messages and learn how to debug the source code. And the last one is modules and library. I will cover about built-in libraries and import a library from other resources that are available on internet. Okay, so after we finish intermediate levels also, now let's jump into a final section is advanced levels. In advanced level, we will cover about advanced data structure. Will be learn about frozen set and much more. And the second is generator and iterator. The third is decorator, and the fourth is concurrency and multi-threading. And the last one is web development with Python. I will teach you how to combine Python with HTML, CSS, and get familiar with web development using Python. Okay, finally, briefly, we have covered about syllabus. Also, is our journeys of the class, and I hope these tutorials can help you to improve yourself with coding. I recommend you to learn Python as your beginner. It have much more available results to learn however in as a document video or something like that is have a lot, so it's easy for beginner who want to start with Python or with coding. In finally, thank you for your watching, and next episode I will explain you about how does Python work, that I has mentioned it in second section. Yeah. Okay, so now thank you again. Bye bye.